White for home beneath our feet, and we got Oval.
Hey.
Hey, so well, I'd like to ask first, what we making here?
So today we're gonna be making grilled veggie sandwiches. So we have portobello mushrooms, some red peppers, onions, spelt bread. We got some pickled onions by Ayana, avocado, some lettuces over there, some Roma tomatoes, and zucchini.
Oh, okay. So
Yes.
let's go back to spelt bread. So what is
Yes.
spelt bread?
So spelt bread is just it's just like any other bread. It's just where the grain is sourced from. So you know you have wheat, rye, barley. Sometimes you have gluten-free bread. So spelt is just more of an ancient grain that's healthier. So like most breads, they contain gluten, and the reason why I'm using spelt is because the gluten is easier to digest with this kind of grain compared to wheat. It's a little bit more difficult for people.
Interesting. Because
people
I did read like the ingredients got like 4 ingredients to make the bread.
That too.
So the process, and that's interesting that you say that too, because less ingredients in the food are easier for your body to digest, and which your body won't use as much energy to.
Yep.
So you always up.
Yep.
That's great. All right, so the avocados.
Yes.
So what we're gonna do with these?
So avocados, we're gonna mash it and use it as a spread to put on the bread for the sandwiches.
Okay. And we got here is balsamic glaze.
Gonna add a nice touch to the sandwiches. Yeah.
So as we've been experiencing making these, these vegan meals for the after school program, one thing I noticed is actually what's accessible to us in the community. Finding avocados.
Right.
I mean, I went to almost 3 different grocery stores to find portobello mushrooms.
Yeah.
Definitely the need for to eat healthy in our community, and how we have to go outsource to get these things to eat a certain way. I mean, do you think it's because of what we like?
Yeah.
Is what's accessible there?
It's a few things. I think it's what we're so used to eating. It's a higher demand for that. So like us as people, we don't know about portobello mushrooms. So that's not what we're demanding from the stores. So they're not gonna sell that. Just like when I went to Tops the other day, they didn't have chickpea flour. But I'm probably the only person that ever walked in there and needed chickpea flour.
That's a fact, because I never heard of that before in my life.
Nobody knows what chickpea flour or certain ingredients are. Like, even like looking at this chipotle adobo, like you're probably not going to find something vegan with just 4 ingredients at certain supermarkets.
In certain neighborhoods, certain communities because of the diet.
Yep.
Interesting. So as we promote more healthy eating, more vegetarian based, not trying to convert anybody, but I'm trying to convert everybody. No, I'm just kidding.
Trying to make you aware.
But just aware of new things and how to eat and fresh goods that's really healthy for us. And what we noticed so far lately in the after school program is that the kids actually enjoy the food.
Yeah, that's after they eat it though. Because at first, like, I'm not eating that, and that look nasty. But as soon as they have it, they really enjoy it, and that's what really matters the most.
Right, is actually trying new things. Compliments to the chef. That plays a good part too. Actually making it taste good.
Yeah.
And if you think about it though, I'm not really gonna get deep into that part, but like even meat, I think it's the seasonings that make it taste good. It's the herbs that you put on these things.
Right.
So if you can actually use a base like portobello mushrooms, oyster mushrooms, and things like that, and use the same herbs to make it taste good. What's that? Like Dr. Sebi. If you guys don't know who Dr. Sebi is, check him out. He said when he did his convert, he's just like, hey man, the same way you make that steak sandwich, chop these mushrooms up and use the same seasonings, use the same barbecue sauce that you would use for that steak. You know what I mean? And it's the same process. So it's just all about trying new things.
And people just gotta know how to cook it as well, because like some people are not a big fan of mushrooms because mushrooms contain a lot of water. So if you don't get like a really nice sear on it, you're gonna say, oh, this is too chewy, it's too wet. But like you have to really get a nice sear on it, like you would treat a piece of steak or a piece of chicken or anything like that. So I think it's not only not having the access to it, but once you do, knowing how to prepare the food.
Interesting. So where would you think someone should start learning these things, you should start Googling these things.
Definitely Google and YouTube. Like you said, Dr. Sebi, like he was one of the first people that I turned to when I went plant-based myself. So like just start with research and then like being aware of like what farmers markets are around you, what your grocery store has that you can use and things like that. Like it's not easy. It's not gonna happen overnight, but just give yourself time and be patient. Cause I had to be patient. I remember the first veggie burger I made. It was disgusting, but I had to stick to it. It was terrible.
I'm already there.
It was so bad. It was the worst veggie burger I ever had. But like I didn't give up because I'm like I noticed the diet that I want to follow.
Oh my God, I know. Oh my God, when I actually the first day like I did the transition where I stopped eating meat, I kind of just empty out the refrigerator, and then I didn't have nothing to eat. And then, you know what I mean? My friend called, we going out, and then, we went to, I don't know, some like a fast food restaurant or whatever. And then, they had like beef patties and things like that, but they didn't have anything like a vegetarian sandwich. And I'm asking, I'm like, dang, what am I supposed to eat here? He's like, man, you dived into that pool. That's your problem, not mine. So, but, stuck to it, which was hard to convert, because these things wasn't taught to me about how to prep for it. And then again, it's really good. It teaches about preparation, like what we're gonna eat later and things like that. We have to be diligent, strategic to eat a certain way due to what's intentional.
Especially like me when I do. Because I deal with a lot of grains, so like chickpeas, quinoa, spelt, wild rice, I have to soak that 8 hours in advance. So I'm definitely always trying to plan my meals ahead of time.
You have to soak that?
Yeah, so usually certain grains or legumes you soak because one, it'll be easier to digest, it'll shorten the cooking time.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's certain ones.
Because quinoa, I love quinoa, but I didn't know you soak it.
Yeah, try soaking it next time and see how your body digests it.
Yeah.
It'll be much better.
Wow, because I love oatmeal. Is oatmeal really starch? A lot of starch?
Not even starch. So a lot of people claim that it has gluten in it, but I think it's more so that because of the facility that the oatmeal is produced in, makes it gluten because of what it comes in contact with. Because I see a lot of stuff saying it's gluten that it's not. I think it's more so when it's in the process of being like packaged and stuff, it's coming in contact with gluten. So people want to be safe, like the manufacturer wants to be safe.
So you can use quinoa like an oatmeal, possibly. What you would say? What you use?
I would use fonio.
Which is
it's an African grain, and then
I heard of fonio. I didn't try it yet.
Yeah, kamut and fonio. Those two I think will be great replacements.
So I'm definitely gonna look for that.
They definitely have it at Whole Foods.
Whole Foods, they got it there. Right.
They got it at Whole Foods.
Yeah, shout out to Whole Foods. Come down to the inner city. Drop one down here so I can get me some of that quick.
Right.
For sure.
Amazon, so yeah.
Yeah. Dang, that's a beautiful thing.